If you are trying to decide between Exness and Vantage, this video is for you. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do any of the hyper guru trading stuff where we break down like profits and strategies and things like this. This is simply going to be breaking down the difference between these platforms, the fees, the leverage, the withdrawals, and essentially how all of these different things work so that you can decide which of these platforms is actually going to be best for you. Because Vantage is definitely better for some different kinds of traders, and Exness is going to be better for other kinds of traders. Now, by the way, if you haven't yet signed up for either of these accounts yet, if you want to sign up to either of these at any point throughout the video, I'll leave links to both of these in the description. Essentially, all these links are going to do is make sure you are taken through to the beginner area to sign up for the standard account that you are going to need. And basically make sure that you don't sign up to any of these pro accounts or raw accounts that are going to charge you extra fees. Now, if we jump into these, essentially the first difference that I will say here between Exness and Vantage, the biggest difference especially for a beginner, and especially if you're trading very, very low volume, is going to be the limits that you can put on both of these accounts in terms of deposits. So Exness is going to be a little bit better for beginners. The reason for this is because if we come over to the deposit area right here, by the way, with both of these accounts, these are of course not my main accounts, and I can't verify these because I already have accounts with both of these platforms, which is why you can see with the deposits and the withdrawals, these are unavailable. But I can still show you everything that I need to show you. But essentially with Exness, we can have limits as low as $10 right here. You can see you can transfer in as low as $10. The same thing in the accounts right here. If we go to open up an account, you can see that with these two standard accounts right here, these are what you want to start out. When you are a beginner, we'll go into what these mean later on, the same with Vantage. But as you can see with the standard accounts, the minimum deposit is going to be $10. Now, with Vantage, on the other hand, it's not a crazy amount different. Like, honestly, if you're trading with 100, 200 bucks or higher, literally makes no difference at all. But as I say, with lower volume, with Vantage, you have to start trading with a little bit more. If we go into deposit right here, you can essentially see the minimum that we can go ahead and deposit in is going to be 50 bucks right here. So that is just a small difference. Honestly, for most people, this probably won't make the biggest difference, but it is something to go ahead and mention in here. Now, something else that is very important, arguably the most important part of this entire comparison, is going to be the different spreads and fees and the different account types that you can get with both of these. Now, Exness is definitely the most competitive in terms of the fees and spreads that we can get here. If we just go over to the different account types that you can get, you'll want to be starting out with a standard account right here. And basically, as you can see, with the minimum spread is going to be at 0.2 pips. And these come with no commissions. Now, essentially what no commissions means is it essentially means the fee, the way that Exness make money on your trades every time you make a trade. Rather than charging you a commission, they actually make a little bit of money on the spread. So that's why, as you get to more advanced trading, as you get to maybe, I'd say between 20 to 30 lots per month, this is when you'll want to start maybe moving up to a professional account. In US dollars, that is maybe $3 million per month. This is when you would start looking at professional accounts. And the reason for that is at that point, at around $2 to $3 million per month in volume, this actually becomes quite considerably cheaper. Like to pay just $3, $3.50 for every single trade you make, $3.50 in, $3.50 out. It becomes quite a lot cheaper than this no commission. But definitely if you're under 2 to 3 million a month, you'll want to go with the standard, very, very cheap fees that you can get here on Exness. Now, on Vantage, we have some of the accounts pulled up right here. The equivalent is, of course, the standard. This is the one that you will want to start out with on Vantage. And once again, if we come in here, we can see that spreads from 1.1, minimum deposit is going to be 50 bucks. But we can see the spreads are a little bit higher, right? We have like 0.2 pips right here on Exness, and we have 1.1 over here on Vantage. So that is a difference right there. Exness definitely has more competitive spreads, whereas with Vantage, you're going to be paying a little bit more in fees. For some people, this will definitely be worth it based on other features. Other people, I just going to want the cheapest platform possible, and that is what you get with Exness. Now, the next thing to cover is going to be the platform and tools that you can get with both of these. Starting out with Exness. With Exness, we can go in here to the Exness terminal. So we can open this up, and this is essentially their online trading platform. And we can do the same thing over here on Vantage. If we just go ahead and open up the trade area. Okay, fantastic. I don't know why it says this on new accounts. We just have to go to accounts right here. And then we can get into the trade area. Vantage, I actually prefer a lot more. This reminds me kind of Binance, if you've ever traded cryptocurrency. I just like the layout a little bit more. It's not a crazy difference, but actually trading on both of these platforms, I do prefer Vantage a lot more. That being said, with both of these, the charting area, so both of these are kind of a trading view layout, if you've ever used trading view. But that's essentially what they use, where we can come in here, we can draw in trend lines. This is on Vantage, and we just go over to Exness right here. It's the exact same thing. We can grab like trend lines. We can add in indicators at the top right here. So if I want to add an RSI, I can add this in. Exact same thing over here on Vantage, where we can go ahead and we can add indicators in right here. I'll just add the RSI, and we can add that right there. Now, with that said, in terms of the actual charting, neither of these are fantastic. If I'm trading on either of these platforms, I'll always open up TradingView in another tab. I'll chart on there and then just place my trades. But as I say, I do prefer the layout of Vantage. This is just a personal preference though. Maybe it's because I've used Vantage a little bit more. It might just be a little bit of bias. But that is just something that I prefer. With that being said though, we do actually have more options for the layout of the trading area on Exness. So on Exness, you can see we have the option of one-click form. We have a regular form where we can enter in like the volume that we want to buy, the take profit, the stop loss. With the one-click form, this is if you're scalping usually, like fast in and out. This is just a demo account, which is why I can place trades. So we can go ahead and add all of those in right there. And then we also have a risk calculator form as well that we can go ahead and proceed on. And that is in this area right here. So the last thing to cover is actually regulation and safety. And honestly, I can't really give you much advice in this area. The same goes for both of these platforms. It really depends on the region that you are in, because both of these are regulated by multiple authorities. So I would check kind of the regulation and safety for the specific location that you are in before signing up to either of these platforms. But yeah, those are the main differences between Vantage and Exness. I have used both of these. As I said, I probably use Vantage a little bit more, but that is just personal preference. And yeah, if you did enjoy this, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. Links for both of these are in the description. And until next time, take it easy.